The river is my home, the place I was born, the place that I know better than any other. Here I am safe. I know the branches that shade me from the sun, the rocks that shelter me from the predators, the bear, the otters, the eagles. I eat the nutrients floating in the freshwater river, and I grow from an egg to an elven, then a fry, par, and then as the days grow longer, I become a smolt. My body begins to transform to be able to live in salt water. My body can now process salt, not just fresh water, and I'm drawn downstream toward the sea, the great unknown. I must leave my home for adventure, danger, freedom. Oh, the freedom. I leap and grow and eat and grow and eat over years, 1 year, 2 years. But deep, deep within me, an echo of my home stirs, reverberates in every cell of my body, and I must follow my instinct and return, not knowing how or where. My body guides me to the fresh water where I was born, through seaweed forests, around reefs, across the predators, the walrus, the sharks, until here, my river, home. Here I leap upstream, familiar places. Yes, across the waterfalls leap. And my pool, where I was born, home. And my body begins to shake and flutter and expel and shake and expel, and I give all that I have, all the life that is in me, to this place where I was born. Oh, others will return to the ocean for another year to grow and feed and feed and grow. But my purpose is fulfilled, my journey complete, and here, where I was born, I give back to the river and rest. Do you hear? Eggs. Eggs. Hundreds of eggs. Thousands. Thousands of eggs. Hatching. Thousands of eggs hatching in the gravel. Millions of eggs hidden in the gravel. Pale orange eggs scattered all around the riverbed in gravel reds. Nests scattered in the multitude of riverbeds as the constellations of the night, reflecting millions of stars. Hidden in the gravel. This is my home, the place where I was born, the place that will forever call me back. My mother carved this red, this gentle depression, a nest with her strong, frayed tail. Mine is the third in her series of reds, 7 in all, that she crafted over days for her thousands of eggs, each drawing on her life's energy. 1,532 eggs for every kilogram of her sleek body's weight. 8,000 in all. 8,004. Here, I am safe, protected, for just as my mother's eggs met my father's milt, just as I came to be, she covered me and my hundreds of siblings, my red mates, with the upsweep of her strong, frayed tail. She gave everything of herself Here, I make my mark on this place. And this place imprints on me, becoming a part of my every cell, of my very essence, my life's essence. I have spent the winter here, 5 months and 12 days under my gravel shield, deep as a thick feather bed. I've all I need. I want for nothing. The nutrients that my mother left give me life. I am surrounded by nutrients and cold, fresh water. The cold, fresh water rushing, buffeting over this gravel nest of mine. Cold, fresh water, so full of air. This has sustained me. Something's happening. Something's happening. My head, my body twitches, vibrates. My head, my shell is growing thin, weak. Something is changing. Il existe, au sud de la France, dans la gorge d'enfer, sur la rive droite de la rivière Vézère, une caverne qui garde les secrets des époques. On y trouve au plafond un relief qui nous transporte à l'âge de la pierre taillée. Vingt-cinq 000 d'années sont passées depuis que les gens anciens ont mis sa marque sur cet endroit. Une marque qui perdure. Ce relief d'1 mètre, un peu plus, s'agit d'un saumon bécard. La mâchoire retroussée, le corps rehaussé de couleur rouge. Le mâle, épuisé par le frais. L'art pariétal, paléolithique. De grands mots. L'essence de la vie, de la survie, de la sagesse de l'instinct. Rien de plus simple. In this cave, years ago, you appeared. Carved in stone, human hand brought you here. body overhead, jaw hooked, glowing red. Giving life, your life spent for all time. What could be more simple? The essence of life, survival, the wisdom of instinct. Something's changed. My body began to twitch, tiny fins forming here and here. My head gave off a substance that weakened my shell, and I pushed and pushed and pulled my huge yolk sac with me. That was the hardest part. I have emerged from my shell. I am an elven. A black bear feasted on the eggs in the next red over. There'll be no elven there. And that machine, that hideous machine churned up the sediment, almost suffocating me. And from the fifth thread up, around that boulder and up the cascade, a trout snatched a mouthful of elven just as they hatched, struggling to free their yolk sacs from the shell. And 6 merganser chicks profited from the action, slurping up a good third of what remained. But I continue. My slender orange body, its enormous yolk sac, shrinking as I absorb the last of my mother's nutrients. My teeth, eyes, digestive system developing. My body, so worm-like until now, taking on the shape, at last, of a fish, the size of a little finger. I'm ready. I emerge from my red, slim, vulnerable, my yolk sac, the last of my mother's food, gone. And up I rise, gasping for air. I fill my swim bladder. My hunger rumbles. I must fend for myself. I move through my pool alongside hundreds of other fry. The survivors. Together we swim. Together we are less vulnerable. Those on the outer edges sacrifice themselves for the good of the pack. My hunger rumbles. Caddisfly. A mayfly nymph. The larva of a riffle beetle. Tiny scales are forming on my body. I am earning my armor The armor that will travel with me for all time to tell my story. Like the rings of a tree, my scales will grow with me and remember my journey, as I remember the branch of the tree that shelters me from the heat of the sun, the snag that lets me dart here, there to keep from trouble, or rest for a moment so well hidden as my par stripes appear, rungs crossing the length of my body, little dots between them, stripes and dots mimicking the light and shadow and gravel of my home, a perfect camouflage. This old fallen log that shelters me from otters, hunger. Otters, ravenous hunger. This I remember. My scales carry with them the constitution of my home and the memory of my journey forward. Is this the place where ancestral memory becomes personal memory? I linger, head to the current, always face to the current, upstream, catching the nutrients, breathing the air, knowing my place. But this pull, this immense pull, a call to go, and I must go. Down, down, downstream, toward the broken confusion of light, which is the surface of the sea. Together we swim, our armor turning silver, the lengthening days informing our bodies to transform, to learn, to be in the unknown, to be lost in the waves, to embrace the salt, the guiding currents of familiar fresh water, spreading root-like into the sea. Carry me. Come with me to the woods, that you may learn my thoughts. For the trees whisper and hear as they reach branch to the air. Come with me to the woods, that you may know my heart. For the trees listen and feel as they reach roots to the earth. Come with me to the woods to find wisdom long lost. For the trees understand and are willing to share. Do you know that the trees are communicating? Do you hear? Listen. The trees communicate. 220 hertz. Roots crackling under the ground. Communicating with one another through scents. Pheromones in the air. Releasing hormones, chemicals, electrical impulses through the earth. Communing together, recognizing their kin, recognizing the root tips of their kin. And the mycelium, the threads of fungus in the soil, carry the messages. And the trees and the fungi share. The trees gather sugars as they digest the sun. And they feed the fungi, the fungal filaments, the mycelium, gather nutrients from the soil and feed the trees. Through this wood wide web, the symbiotic relationship between the roots of trees and the fungi, the trees communicate and share. Mother Tree cares for the little ones. Mother Tree in her ring, her strength in her ring. Do you see? In her rings is the story.
Nina Balamu. Bemadu, Nimajuakan. Nina Balamu. Wishpaginek, Eli. Nina Balamu. Ugudedum, Tanwada Bexi. Nina Balamu. It'll dugwe sibuk, silk. Nina Balamu. Sibu alalid abaktu. Nina Balamu. Awish pamajasi kulum bisun. Nina Balamu. Awish pa ginek elie. Nina Balamu. Wijagamij. Aginalid. Nina Balamu. Awish pabijasi. Subuk dan idol duguyap. Nina Balamu. Subu kinekalalit nibuktu. Nina Balamu. Pamadu mimajuaran. Nina Balamu. Muspaginek elie. Nina Balamu. Ugudedum dan wadabexi. Nina Balamu.
The salmon return was bountiful last year. Do you see how full the trees are here? How lush, how bountiful. And they, in their bounty, shelter the river. And the salmon can thrive in the cold, fresh water. And the trees thrive because the trees, they hold the nutrients from the ocean that the salmon brought back. The black bear that ate the salmon under that pine tree, left the carcass that gave back to the earth, and the tree drank in the nutrients and shared with others the nitrogen from the ocean. Do you see? In the ring of a tree, deep in the forest, the nitrogen that the salmon carried from the ocean. A document of their years. The broader the ring, the greater the salmon run. Wait, what's happening? Wait, stop! No, what are you doing? Who's there? Who's there? Please! What are you doing? No! Stop! Mother tree! Mother tree, no! Mother tree, please! Stop! Mother tree! Mother tree! Mother tree! It creeps slowly in. This feeling of loss. The loss of understanding my place in this world. Slowly, as a tidal wave approaching, the wave hovers, suspended above my head, perchance to dissolve into millions of stars, filling the once, every crevice, every wrinkle in the once smooth surface of being. We are together, alone, and only a whisper has changed. But the change is profound. Frimor, hon, tragen. Muy mara, emo elin, emri dana. The fleeting moments of peace offer such immeasurable comfort, Such absolute release. The feeling of that peace resonates in one tiny part of my body's tissue. The memory of the relief to come. Time must be kind. The rain is comforting. Perhaps for a few more moments I can be. The rain offers permission. It offers its joy. I leap through a wave, the gleaming impulse of joy. And so I begin a far sea journey. My river disremembered. I wander in ancestral memory. The returning salmon thinks with its whole body, His nervous liquid cells know the rhythm of these waves. The freshwater layers give no memory pressures to his brain. A part of his life is leaving him with the dimming of the moon. Oline Jekihen iten las zgorete varuje wołam was. Łoso się wracajcie i się rozmnażajcie. Taki już jest wasz los, życie dać. I heed the call, the pull, the summons to return. Not knowing how nor why, my body resonates in memory, the vibrations of a forgotten echo stored within my scales, a draw as a magnet pulling me from the outermost orbit. And under the stars, guided by the stars, the Earth's magnetic fields, and my every cell, every sense, and the scent my entire being instinctively recalls. I travel. My hunger forgotten, my body rich, fat with the feed, the feast of 2 years at sea. I travel across currents, through kelp forests, around reefs and isles, evading the jaws that gnash at me. From one sunrise onward to the next, I travel until the call of the familiar invites me to my greatest feat. I enter the fresh water, written in my very being, and up, 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 I leap around boulders, across rapids, over, the barrier falls. And one other of the 8,004 reach our home. And here, in the shallow tail of this broad pool I know so well, just above the riffle, the stones perfect in size, I turn on my side and flap body and tail, conjuring a commotion of current, dislodging the stones. And after hours of work, my excavation complete, I choose my mate. precocious par, an oak leaf in length, swims stealthily into the newly dug nest. I pretend not to notice. As a fine 3 winter male fends off a single winter grilse and wins my favor. Our bodies align, heads pointing upstream. Our silver sides touch. A quiver of life, an ecstasy, and release. And here, in this place, the place where I was born, the place that has called me back, my final red crafted, I give of myself my all. There came a day when the world went quiet. A blanket of peace covered the forest. River wound in her golden glory, as always toward the sea. But the world around seemed a little more still. The sky was more clear, the air crisp and light. Each tree breathed more deeply, and river's water, cool and refreshing, sparkled just a little brighter in the sun. Mother Nature breathed a sigh of relief. As humans treated her more gently, touched her with more care, and honored her gifts. In a shaded bend of river's right arm, where the water ripples over shallow pink and gray cobbles, a tiny shadow reflected off the river's bed, darting through the light, here, there, and back, under the shelter of an old, fallen log.